Hi everyone.
Hi.
Welcome to another episode of
Imperfect Masterpiece.
It's a safe space where we are just able to share our experiences and just, without feeling judged and just go through this journey of life together because no one has a manual. We're just doing the best that we can with what we've been given.
Sure.
And so, to start us off, my name is Nuru.
I'm Maria.
I'm Eva.
And today we want to talk about ways that we can end toxic friendships. Yeah. But before we start off, I'd like to recap a bit of what we talked about in a previous episode, where we were talking about toxic friendships and how we can identify the telltale signs that we are in a toxic relationship. So I'll just run by a few of them. One of the telltale signs was just feeling like your values have been disrespected. Another one was emotional blackmail, or like weaponizing your struggles. Another one was just feeling like you have been exhausted or your time has been wasted. Every time you're spending with this person, you feel like, why did I do that? Another one is feeling like this person needs you all the time, but is unable to reciprocate. So they can't give you what they expect you to give them. The list is longer than that, but those were some of the things that we had discussed.
You should go and check on that video.
Yes, you can find it in our list of videos.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So today, anyway, we want to do a little bit more focusing on how we can end these relationships.
Sure.
But before that, I'd like to ask, ladies, have you ever had to end a toxic friendship, and whether it was easy or hard?
Well, I think for me, it wasn't easy. It wasn't because I have ended a relationship, and I can say that, how can I say, it had consumed a lot of my life, my time, my emotions. So when you think about the investment you've put and you're coming out without anything, like
no return on investment.
It was just emptying yourself to a bottomless vessel. For me, it was very hard. I felt so bad about it, but it had to be done.
So for me, yes, I have had a couple of toxic relationships. And when I heard about this topic, when we decided that we are going to share this topic, I kind of did a recap on my friendships, and I realized that from way back when I was in primary school, I was in toxic relationship. But I didn't know that time. But now that I've grown up, I'm an adult, when I think about it, I realized that they were toxic. But it's so sad because during that time I was a child, I didn't get out of it. Yeah, but now I have had, still when I'm older like this, I've had toxic relationships, and I've now managed to get out of it. So it was not easy. Getting out of a toxic relationship is something that is very difficult, because now we are calling them friendships, which means you were friends with this particular person and you had expectations. Maybe you were thinking that our friendship could maybe take us ahead, but now it comes a time whereby you find that this person is disrespecting your boundaries and you cannot take it any longer, so you decide to end it. And it was not easy for me, because I lost friends that, if you will ask me, I would like to be with them. I would like them to be in my life right now, but it's not possible. So I chose my happiness and I ended those, and I'm glad and I'm happy that I did.
That's great. I've also had a couple in my lifetime, and I did have to end them, but not all of them have been hard. Like I can think about one that was hard for me to end, but I can also easily bring to mind one that wasn't as hard. Like for me, it was good reasons. Go away, leave me alone. Finally, you're out of my life.
You're done.
Like shoo. It's about time.
You get the picture.
But
it really wasn't. But I think that as Maria has rightly said, she had to think about her happiness. She put her happiness first. Why it is so difficult? Because breakups are difficult. Breakups are hard. There's a lot of investment, as Eva, you said, you've put into the thing. So you're expecting return on investment, but then when you realize that things are not like you're getting hurt more than you're enjoying. You need to end the thing. And I think what makes it hard, it's uncomfortable. Breaking up with someone is an uncomfortable situation.
Sure.
And so you think about whether you want that uncomfortable feeling of breaking up with this person or whether you'd rather stay in the bad relationship but not experience the discomfort.
Sure.
You know? Also, there's this thing of the secrets you've shared with this person. Or this person could even just spread malicious
rumors,
you know,
just lies.
Yeah,
slandering
exactly, slandering your name, and just saying the wrong things to people who, if they don't know you, they'll believe, and then also, leave you.
Yeah.
So it's just like a ball of moss that keeps on growing and growing. But that's why we're here, because there is a way that you can end this thing. Put your happiness first, and there are some steps that we feel could be helpful for you, who is trying to end a toxic relationship. That might be helpful for you to at least do it and start living your best days, because your best days are ahead of us.
It's very true.
Yeah.
Happiness is important.
For sure. So Eva, you want to give us a step?
Okay, the first thing that I can say is accept that this is a reality, because it's very important for you to be in a position where you're very self-aware of who you are and how this situation is affecting you. Because most of the time we feel like we are indebted to some of these people. They can even actually manipulate us to believe that you're indebted. You're here because of me. You have reached where you are because of me. You are doing well in life because of my presence. So you end up being sort of monopolized or bullied to stay in the relationship. But once you accept that this is the situation, then you need to get back on your feet and start now putting it out there. What are the steps? Because sometimes we never know the border of where do I reach when people are belittling me or demeaning your presence, or even snobbing who you are. What is the line that you say, no, from here I don't want to know what is going on. I will leave this at this junction and move on to another space.
What you're saying is really true, like accepting the reality that you are in a toxic friendship, and just letting go. But also I think it's also kind of like, you're accepting and acknowledging even the role that you played in it, right? So yeah, acceptance is definitely the first step in ending a toxic friendship.
So for me, I also have another way out on how you can get out of toxic relationship, and it is decide on how you want to end it. Because you must end a toxic relationship if you really want to have peace of mind and be happy. Because sometimes you can even go into depression with this toxicity. So you need to decide on how you want to end it, and this one will depend on your personality. If you are kind of a person who is ready to face someone, and maybe just be verbal about it, tell him or her that, you know what, my friend, I appreciate that you are my friend, but it has come a time whereby I feel like you are bringing more harm to my space than good, and maybe it's time that we just call it quits so that I can have peace of mind. Or maybe you can also decide, if this person who is giving you a lot of toxism is maybe far away, you can decide to maybe make a call and tell them that we are done because of ABCD. Or if maybe you can text, if you feel like calling you are not in that mood of calling, you can also send a text and tell this particular person we are done. Or maybe you can use a friend. If you feel like you are not able to talk, you can tell one of your friends to go and tell this particular person that Maria is feeling like maybe the friendship that you are in is not so good to her. It has maybe brought depression, or maybe sickness, or maybe anything. So this other person can do it for you verbally, and so that this person will now stop bothering you all the time. Because if you don't tell this person that I don't like the relationship that we are having, this person is going to continue being in your space, because she or he won't know that how you are feeling. So it's very important to communicate with this particular person. Choose the channel that you want to, and make sure that this person understands that now, from now moving forward, you are not going to be part of her life.
Another way is weaning myself out of fading out of the relationship.
Sure.
So it's largely just making yourself unavailable. You know, so if I was always picking the calls, if I was always replying to texts, now I don't pick the calls too many times. I don't respond to texts as often until I gradually don't do it at all. If we were meeting up every week or every so many days, now I'm just unavailable. You know, I'm not doing that anymore. And slowly by slowly, this person now starts getting the idea that this my friend is not my friend anymore. The thing about this though is, I think it works best when both of you sort of agree or have an understanding that this relationship is not working anymore. This friendship is not working. So if both of you are doing it, then it makes sense. But if it's only one person who is doing it, then the other person, even if your friend is the toxic one, she used to spend 3 days a week with me. Now it's only one. She used to pick my calls every time. Now she doesn't pick. So there's a kind of like pros and cons to winning or fading out. But I feel like if you are unable to be direct and tell them, then this could also be another channel. Of kind of ending the thing.
So also, I like what you guys are saying, because also, in as much as you might think it's a bit disjointed, I think it's sort of like a progressive journey to grieving this situation out in your life. And probably, as you have said, you accept, then you choose how you're going to tell the person. If the person probably is hard to tell or is not easy to understand what is going on, then you go ahead and win and fade the relationship until they all understand. But there is also an issue of forgiveness. And I want to bring this out so clearly, because most of the time we end up feeling like, oh, it's our problem. It becomes like our own guilt trip. And you're like, how bad can I be? How can I end such a relationship? They'll think I'm very mean, or I'm very, I'm not in touch with the people. You know, you're it's like you are never part of that relationship. But it is very important for you to get to know that your well-being, your mental well-being and your health is dependent on your forgiveness. Remember, when you don't forgive, it's like you taking poison. I usually say that. When you don't forgive somebody and the things that they are doing, it is you taking the poison thinking other people will die. And it's very wrong, because now you become this bitter, cynical person that cannot be even in any other relationship. Like, one relationship has made you sour. There is nothing else that you can take in. But if you forgive first yourself, forgive yourself for entering into a relationship that has constantly demeaned you, has constantly treated you, ill-treated you, and made you feel bad. Once you have accepted that, forgive yourself also for not seeing that this person was a bad person, bad influence to you, so that now you can also forgive that person for treating you like that, because it's very important, so that you don't carry baggages to other very healthy relationships. People are just wondering what's wrong with this person. One day she's like this, another day you become erratic, you become and you expect everybody to be understanding you. Well, it's not. It shouldn't be the case. You should be in a position where, as you expect people to understand your place, you should also be able to accommodate other people. That's now a healthy, well-balanced friendship.
Yeah, and the thing about forgiveness is we don't wait for an apology.
Sure.
Most of the time, those apologies do not come.
It's true.
They don't. It's a toxic relationship, remember.
Sure.
Yeah? So, just in your mind, just forgive.
Me, I'm just going to block you. I don't care who you are.
Yeah,
as long as you're toxic to me, even if you're my sister, you are my best friend,
Cut.
I'll just cut you off.
Clean cut.
Just block
Very
you.
true.
Facebook block, Instagram block, everywhere. I'll just block you.
Blackout.
Yeah, I'll just block you because I want peace. And if you are not giving me the peace that I want, what am I doing with you?
Yeah.
So I'll just block anyone.
Yeah. But
Anyone.
It is.
And
Sometimes it's very
It
paramount.
is necessary.
Yeah,
sometimes.
very.
Because sometimes
Yeah.
people are used to the toxicity of just having you around and they can bully you. So I like what even Maria is saying. Sometimes when it is, nobody will ever, even if they speak wrongly or slander your name, it will fade off because it's not the truth.
Yeah.
It's not the truth. It will go away. But you have broken from those chains and you're free. Now you're free to you'll even feel better.
Yeah.
Because even your mind starts thinking about healthier things.
Sure.
You stop now feeling irritated about small things. So if you can pull out earlier, as you realize, you forgive, then it is easier for you to get yourself get a hold of yourself fast before it becomes a roller coaster of now becoming even you also become a toxic friend to other people.
Sure.
Because now you don't know
the
you don't know the balance, you don't know the boundaries, you now become somebody else's burden, which is really bad.
So someone else can ask, what if maybe I'm meeting with this particular person every day? Like maybe you work with this particular person, or maybe you live with them in the same house. So I think there you just get out of their space. Like for example, if it's at workplace and maybe it's tea time, you don't have to go to their table. You can get your own table and have your tea peacefully. If you are living with them in the house, you don't have to be in the same room. At least just get away from their space, have your space. And because you are the one who wants to get out of it, you have to mind your movements. Yeah, so I think that can help.
Yeah. But now, even as you're going through this, it's important to surround yourself with positivity, supportive friends or family. Let them in so that they can understand that, you know what, this person was my friend, but they're not my friend anymore. Because sometimes you have up days, the breakup won't be so hard on you. But one day you will wake up and you will really miss this person because, as you said, they are your friend. They were.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of investment that you did there. And you did care for them, and so you will feel bad sometimes. And it's I can't say that you feel bad for 1 day or 3 years. No. It depends on
the level.
And also the type of person that you are. So it's different for each person. But the idea is to surround yourself with positivity. Friends who are fun. Family members, you start getting into them. If you have someone to talk to about it also, that's also a way to go through it. Because when you have someone who is walking through with you through this difficult time, then even it makes it easier for you to come out of it the other side.
It's very true.
Yeah, you won't wallow so much in the sadness.
So welcome back, guys. So I was answering what my sister had just asked, that how do you know that you are in a toxic relationship? So you can go and watch our previous video. We did a video on the signs of a toxic relationship. So kindly go and watch and then come back and comment and see if you are in one.
Our time is up, unfortunately, but I hope that we've been able to give you a bit of insight into how you can end a toxic relationship. At the end of the day, we all want to have healthy lives. And friends are part of our lives. And so if you have a relationship that is not helpful, it is harmful, it is making you feel bad in one or more ways, then you need to end it. And so just a recap of some of the things you can do. First, accept that this is a toxic relationship. Acknowledge, okay? Secondly, choose the avenue that you want to communicate or to break away from this thing. It can either be clear and direct communication, either verbally or through a call, through text, whatever. But you can tell the person, or you can wean them out or fade out of their lives gradually, just being unavailable until you're not friends anymore. And then after that, if it is something that involves abuse or something that is very, it is really toxic into your life, you just cut them off, like block them. Do not be in their space. get away from them. Then forgiveness is also part of it. Forgiveness is not for the other person, it's for you, to enable you to move on. Then after that, we want you to surround yourself with positivity.
Sure.
Because this is a grieving process you're going through. You're losing a friend, and sometimes you have very low days.
Hard.
Yeah.
It is.
So having people around, family or friends who can inject a bit of positivity and just give you, good vibes, it helps you get over it.
Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have been inspired by this video. Kindly comment, share, tell us some of your ways that you used to get out of toxic relationship. And let's see you in the next video. Otherwise, keep shining.
Bye.